You can be skinny and still be unhealthy. This is one of the most important reasons to focus on body composition. It's possible to be skinny by societal standards, yet still have an unhealthy body composition. Now, this phenomenon is what we commonly know as being skinny fat, or one of the terms that I heard recently was thin obesity. Society has many of us emotionally conditioned to tie our self-worth to as low a number on the scale as possible, because we've always been taught that the lower your body weight, the skinnier you are, and the skinnier you are, the more desirable you are. Welcome to Slay, the podcast where we dive into all aspects of female health, fitness, and life. I'm your host, Louise Hazel, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about a topic that's often misunderstood: body composition versus body weight. If you've ever felt frustrated by the number on the scale, or if you're putting in the work but your body weight isn't budging, then fear not, because this episode is for you. I'm going to explain why it's so important to focus on what your body weight is made up of rather than just the weight itself. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why body composition is a more meaningful measure of progress and how tracking it can lead to healthier, longer lasting results and a better relationship with your body. So grab a cup of tea, settle down, and let's dive in. Now, first off, I'm going to share with you a conversation that I had in the gym this week. I explained to one of my clients that we're looking at referring some of our members to a nutritional therapist, which is different from a nutritionist in the sense that a nutritionist is going to help guide you in what to eat in order to achieve your goals, whereas a nutritional therapist is going to help you to improve your relationship with food with a view to helping you to create healthier habits and a lifestyle for yourself. Now, the reason we got onto this topic is because I know that not all of you are equipped with the tools that you need in order to achieve a physical transformation that you desire. Some of you lack the knowledge, some of you lack the acceptance of what it takes, and some of you lack the skills to achieve the changes that are required to achieve visible results. That is not your fault. We're here to help. And honestly, I'll be damned if I don't do everything that I can do to get you closer to where you want to be. So I was explaining to my client that one of the topics that keeps getting convoluted is the issue of body weight and how closely it's been tied to the success or failure of your body goals. For example, the common request I always get at the gym is, I want to lose 10 pounds. Now, whenever one of my clients requests to lose 10 pounds, I always say, that's not specific enough. I get them to clarify whether they want to lose 10 pounds of fat, 10 pounds of muscle, or 10 pounds of water, because most of the time, what you really want is fat loss. So I'm only concerned with helping you to lose that 10 pounds of body fat. And what she said next absolutely broke my heart into tiny little pieces. I was quite literally floored. She said, Lou, what you're not getting is most of us don't care what the 10 pounds is made up of as long as it's gone. And I was shooketh to the core. She said, as long as the number's lower than it was the last time I stepped on the scale, then that feels like a win. And later that day, I thought to myself, why do you need to feel as though you're winning? Why not actually win? Because what you're not getting is the way that you win the body transformation game is to focus solely on your body composition, not your body weight. You see, people that are successfully losing fat are playing checkers, whilst people that are focused on losing weight are still playing chess. We both agreed that society has many of us emotionally conditioned to tie our self-worth to as low a number on the scale as possible, because we've always been taught that the lower your body weight, the skinnier you are, and the skinnier you are, the more desirable you are. But why are we all walking around in 2024 trying to be desirable? Let me take a moment to remind you that you're the catch, you've got a job, you're the one paying the bills, you're doing the right thing, you're fine as hell, and you're a good-ass human being. And anybody that doesn't want that in their lives is not right in their head. So screw trying to be desirable, just be you. So today I'm here to teach you how to win at transforming your body, how to stop playing chess and to start playing with the professionals. So let's jump in with the 5 reasons why your body weight is lying to you, starting with reason number 1. So number 1 is the most common phrases in the world of fitness. Muscle weighs more than fat. But what does that really mean, and why should you care? Well, we all know by now that muscle tissue is denser than fat tissue, meaning that it takes up less space in your body than fat does. Now, because it takes up less space, the more lean muscle you have, the more your body will appear leaner, tighter, and more toned. So having more lean muscle mass might mean that your weight might not move much, or it could even go up a few pounds. You'd be so surprised how different you might look with 5 pounds more muscle mass. But if you focus solely on your body weight, then the likelihood is you'll get stuck in the dead zone where every time you gain muscle mass, the scale goes up, you freak out, so you stop lifting weights or you stop eating right, and then all of your progress ends up undone because you don't see the number dropping. But don't forget, that's not how to transform your body. Remember, body composition, specifically the ratio of lean muscle mass to fat mass, tells a much clearer story. More muscle mass means you're becoming stronger, healthier, less fat, and more metabolically active. The takeaway here, don't let the scale be your only measure of progress. Track your body composition, and in particular, track your muscle mass and your body fat percentage to get a fuller picture of your health. Now, moving on to my second thing. The next thing you need to know, one of the biggest reasons why tracking body composition is important is that it affects your metabolism. See, muscle is a metabolically active tissue, meaning that it burns more calories at rest than fat does. In fact, fat does absolutely nothing for your metabolism but slow it down. So the more muscle you have, the higher your basal metabolic rate, which is the amount of calories that your body needs every day just to survive. Now, this is a game changer when it comes to physical transformation. Instead of just cutting calories and hoping for the best, building muscle allows you to burn more calories even when you're not exercising. It's a much more sustainable way to manage your weight and keep your metabolism really revved up and functioning at a high level. Now, the key point to remember here is that by focusing on building lean muscle mass rather than just losing weight, you're setting yourself up for long-term success, keeping your metabolism healthy and preventing the common issue of yo-yo dieting. Now, the third thing that I want to bring to your attention is the fact that we've all been conditioned to think that losing weight automatically equates to better health, but that's not necessarily true. In fact, losing weight too quickly, especially if you're losing lean muscle mass, can negatively impact your health. If you focus on solely cutting weight, then you could be losing lean muscle mass along with fat, which will weaken your muscles, slow down your metabolism, and even put you at risk for health issues like reduced bone density, which is not good news long term. On the other hand, focusing on body composition means paying attention to what you're losing, fat versus muscle. Losing fat whilst preserving or even gaining muscle is the goal for a better health outcome. And in terms of health markers, having a higher percentage of lean muscle mass compared to fat mass is linked to lower risk factors of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and other chronic illnesses. So focusing on body composition is key to not just looking better, but also living a healthier, longer and stronger life. Now, the fourth thing that I want to bring to your attention is the fact that you can be skinny and still be unhealthy. This is one of the most important reasons to focus on body composition. It's possible to be skinny by societal standards, yet still have an unhealthy body composition. Now, this phenomenon is what we commonly know as being skinny fat, or one of the terms that I heard recently was thin obesity, where a person may appear slim, but they have a high percentage of body fat compared to lean muscle mass. Now, being skinny fat carries the same health risks as being overweight, including higher chances of developing heart disease, type 2 diabetes, metabolic disorders, and more. Now, without enough lean muscle mass, you risk poor posture, reduced strength, and slowed metabolism, which can cause weight gain over time. Now, many women that I encounter who've entered the menopause phase really struggle with their weight because of a lack of lean muscle mass and poor lifestyle. So if you're in your mid-40s, then the most important thing that you could be doing for yourself right now is lifting heavy weights, and at least 3 times a week to build and maintain lean muscle mass. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. Body weight alone does not tell you how healthy you are. It's the makeup of that weight, lean muscle versus fat, that truly matters. And tracking that body composition helps to ensure that you're building a strong and healthy body from the inside out. Now, number 5. Now, the final point that I want to make when it comes to fitness is progress is not always reflected on the scale. You might be putting in hours at the gym, eating right, and still not seeing that number budge, because if you focus on body composition or even progress photos instead of just weight, you'll be able to track your real progress, not your imagined progress. Because a 1 pound drop in body weight could be equated to a reduction in body water, and that's not real progress, is it? See, improving body composition means gaining muscle, losing fat, getting stronger. And it's a more accurate measure of the hard work that you're putting in. For instance, your clothes might be fitting better, your energy levels might be through the roof, and your strength might even improve, even if the scale stays the same. Additionally, body composition progress is more reflective of long-term health improvements. Now, by tracking body fat percentage and lean muscle mass gains, you're going to get a clearer picture of how your training and nutrition are actually working for you. And now that we've covered why body composition is so important, let's talk about how you can measure and track it. Now, there are several methods that you can use to track your body composition. The first is bioelectrical impedance scales. These we know as smart scales. They send a small electrical current through your body to estimate your body fat percentage and lean muscle mass. Whilst not 100% accurate, they can give you a general idea of your body fat levels and muscle mass. I typically have a Withings or another smart scale at home. Now, we've got skin fold calipers. This method involves pinching your skin at specific points on the body to measure your body fat. This is a little bit more technical and usually requires the help of a professional. Moving on, the best in the business, DEXA scans, one of the most accurate available. A DEXA scan uses X-ray technology to measure body fat, lean muscle mass, and bone density. You can't get better than that. We actually have an in-body machine at the gym. That's a bioelectrical impedance scale, and that also measures the body fat and muscle mass and bone density of our clients. Now, you can also use simple body weight measurements like waist to hip ratio, circumference measurements of the bicep, the waist, the butt, the thighs. Now, if you're combining these methods, you'll have a much better understanding of your progress than beyond what the scale can tell you. So I say this to say, at the end of the day, the number on the scale is just one small piece of the puzzle. What's more important is what that number is made up of. How much of your weight is muscle and how much of your weight is fat. By focusing on improving your body composition, you'll not only look better, but feel healthier, stronger, more energized. Plus, it's a much better long-term strategy for maintaining a healthy weight and reducing the risk of chronic diseases. Now, I hope these tips help you feel empowered, confident, and ready to slay, because that concludes this episode of Slay. Stay tuned for more empowering discussions on female health, fitness, and life. You can follow me at Louise Hazel on social media, and you can check out the Slay brand at Slay Athletic now. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already to the Slay podcast, and you can leave us a comment on YouTube. You can also get fit at home using the Slay app. You can download that now from free and join our online community and 30-day at-home fitness challenges. I'll see you next week.